Hi, I'm Dr. Diane Lang, and welcome back to the Leadership Lane YouTube channel. So, today I'm going to talk to you about another kind of basic step about developing the kind of leader you want to be, and that is developing a vision. Now, I don't mean kind of like you're seeing things, ooh, but what I do mean is how do you visualize yourself as a leader? What kind of a leader do you see yourself being? What kind of leader do you want to be? And do you have a philosophy of leadership or management? Have you been exposed to that kind of information maybe through leadership or management classes? I don't know. But if you haven't, there's some ways that you can start doing that. Now, I want to tell you that the way that most of us, if we haven't been exposed to any kind of training, most of us would become a leader based on the kind of methods or behavior that we saw other leaders use, either our first bosses or whomever, or even more importantly, our parents. Because after all, they were our first leaders, right? So, how did they raise you? What did you see? Did they raise you by encouraging you and helping you develop and making you feel confident and empowered? Or were they strict disciplinarians? And did they kind of lead through fear and sometimes intimidation? And was it, do as I say, not do as I do kind of stuff? Well, it's interesting because the literature tells us that children that were raised by strict disciplinarians, when they grow up, tend to be less confident, more timid, and not very confident in the way they conduct themselves. And so, as leaders, they may exhibit kind of uncertain behavior. And maybe they're not even leaders and don't want to be leaders because of that. So, if you're that kind of a manager, look what you may be doing to your employees. And is that what you want? If you're the kind of leader, however, on the other hand, that has empowered employees, you help develop them to be even more empowered and confident by encouraging them and to try different things and not punishing them when they fail and not micromanaging their every little move and commenting on the details of their daily activities. Well, then what you want to do is develop employees who are confident and empowered. And even though they may make a mistake, they're still saying, I'm ready to try it again, right? That's what you want out of your employees. So I want you to think about what kind of leader do you want to be? How do you envision yourself? And if you envision yourself leading people through fear, I'm going to tell you right now that is the worst choice you can make because people never, ever perform well when they're in fear mode. Fear mode causes them to want to fight or flight, and that's not good for employees. So think about the kind of leader you want to be. What is your vision? And here's how I encourage you to decide on one. I want you to think about and maybe even make a list of the best boss you ever had. Or maybe the best parent you ever saw. Maybe one of your friends had great parents. You loved going over to the house because it was so much fun and you did great things and you felt so great being there. I want you to think about the most uplifting, engaging, empowering experience you had as a child or an adult. And how did it make you feel? And even more importantly, what did they do to make you feel like that? So that's the first thing I'd like you to do is think about your vision as a leader. Think about the philosophies you may have been exposed to and what you would really like to do. And then think of the best bosses, best leaders you ever saw. And really think about what they did to make you feel good. That's your assignment. Food for thought. Yes? I want to thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and the like button and come back again because I have a lot more for you. Thanks for stopping.